Hello team, welcome back. In the previous lecture, I have posted an assignment for you. Today we are going to solve that particular assignment. So let's start with. So we have the assignment where we need to create the custom Docker file which will get the latest Python from the hub.docker.com, right? So we will see how we can do it. For this, we will go to our Visual Studio Code editor. So this is the Docker file which we have created in some previous lectures. So instead of, if you want, you can create the new one or you can edit this particular file as well, right? So very first I will remove this comment. It may be mislead many of you. So very first we need to get the latest image of Python. So in a from, I will remove the nginx from a Python. So I'm getting the latest image of the Python. After this, we can leave this as it is, like label version is 0.0.1 and label maintainer is Anshul Chauhan. So we will leave it, right? After this, let's forget about this for now. Before this, we need to create a custom Python script which will execute. So I have created an Python script for you. So here is the Python script which is very simple. So here I'm getting a variable n, which is the value of n is 15, executing a for loop, right? And then again executing a for loop. So this upper for loop is basically creating a parament, right? And this lower for loop is again creating the parament. So once I will execute this particular program, so this will create a parament like this. See, right? This will create a parament like this. So we need to execute this program inside a container. For this, I need to modify my Docker file, right? And what modification are required in my Docker file? So first I have defined the version of my Python. Now I need to add this particular file, my script file, inside my container. For this, I will use a command add. Then I need to provide the source. What is the source? Source is my script.py, which is the file name, which is my Python script file name, my underscore script.py, right? Then I need to provide the destination. So suppose I want to keep it at a root directory inside my container, right? After this, I need to provide the executable command, right? And to execute the Python script, you need to insert a command cmd. Then over here, I need to provide the parameters. So I will execute the Python program. So I will enter a command cmd python, then dot, which means the current directory, and my script name. That's it, right? So this is the custom Docker file which will download the Python latest image, define the maintainer and version, add your script at the current directory, and then execute your script. I will save this file, right? Now I will go to my terminal. Over here, I will execute a command ls. So we can see we have three files: Docker file, index.html, which we have created in the previous lecture, and myscript.py, which is present inside my current working directory. If you want, you can verify your Docker file content by help of command cat, then your file name. This is the same file which we have generated, right? Now I need to create the image of this file. How we can create the image? So to create the image, we can use the same command docker image build -t. Then I need to provide the name of my image. So I'll provide custom Python program or say Python program. Then I need to provide the tag, which is 0.0.1. Then the directory where my Docker file is present, right? Which is present at a root. Hit enter. So you can see it is done, right? It's all done. So it has created and get everything from the local cache, right? I will clear out my console and execute a command docker images. So you can see a Python prog image is being created, right? And Python latest is also being downloaded on my machine, which is 923 megabyte in size, right? Now what I need to do, I need to execute this particular image to execute my program. For this, I will execute this docker container run. Then you need to provide the image name, which is python underscore program, then the version, right? Hit enter. Over here, we don't need to provide any port or anything else because we don't have this kind of configuration inside the Docker file. We just need to execute a program which we have already defined inside our Docker file. Hit enter and it will execute your program. See, it is printing the complete diamond structure which we have programmed inside my script, right? So that's so you can see how simple it is. You can execute anything inside the Docker, right? So we have completed till here. Now we need to tag and push our image on hub.docker.com, delete the image from a local and again execute from the hub, right? So let's go to the terminal. So to delete the image, first I will list out the images, right? And I will execute a command docker image rm remove -f for the force. Then I need to define my image name, which is Python program version. And suppose I want to delete this Python program as well, which is I just downloaded. Hit enter. So you can see the image and corresponding containers are being deleted, right? If I will again execute a command docker images, so I will not find these, right? Now what I need to do, I will again create the image with a specific tag and push it. Now what I need to do, so I will again create the image with a specific tag and push it to my hub.docker.com account, right? For this I will execute a command docker image build -t. Now to push the image on hub.docker.com, I need to start my image name from my hub.docker.com account name. For this, first I need to verify the account name of my hub.docker.com account. So I will go to Google and open hub.docker.com, click on the sign in button, enter my username and password and log into my account. Now your account name would be displayed at the top right side of your web page. So my account name is Anshul DevOps, right? So I'll go to my terminal and I will provide my account name, which is Anshul DevOps, then put slash, then I need to put the name of my image. So I will put Python underscore program, then put colon and the tag. So I'm putting 0.0.1, right? After this, I need to provide the path of my Docker file. Hit enter, right? Clear out your console, enter command docker images. See, your image is being created. The size is 923 megabyte. Now we need to push this image on my hub.docker.com. For this, I need to execute a command docker login. I need to provide the username, which is my account name, which is Anshul DevOps. Provide the password, login success. Now I need to push my images. How can we push your images? For this, I will execute a command docker push, then image name with a specific tag, hit enter. So it is pushing my image to the hub.docker.com. So you can see all done, right? My image is being pushed on hub.docker.com. I will go to the directory. Now I will go to my hub.docker.com account and refresh it. So we can verify the image is being present over here. If we will go to details, then you can see a few seconds ago this image was posted, right? Now I will clear out the console, enter command docker images and remove my custom image from my local machine. So docker image rm, then the image name, hit enter. It's done. Clear out your console. Now I need to start my Python script from my image. For this, I will execute a command docker container run, then define the image name, which is Anshul DevOps slash Python program underscore program, then colon 0.0.1. So this image which we are mentioning over here is not present inside my local because we have deleted it, right? So now once I will fire this command, this will download the image from my hub.docker.com account and execute that script. Hit enter so you can see, right? So this is the way how we can create our own custom images, how we can push the images, how we can play around the images. So this is the complete solution of the assignment which we have posted in the previous lecture. Guys, if you have any question, any doubt regarding the Docker images, Docker file, then you can put your question inside the question and answer forum and I will be happy to answer. Thank you. Thanks for your time.